Hello everybody, WaffleTime here, and today we will be exploring a new seed that has come out fairly recently in a very exciting collaboration with the critically acclaimed game Don't Starve Together, which takes place in a strange dimension called the Constant. In this world you must do things such as eat, not be in the darkness for too long, and survive against absurd beasts. But in this crossover seed it'll make our Terraria experience detrimental to our physical, mental, emotional, and even, dare I say, spiritual well-being. The seed for this world is simply the Constant, or a slight variation of it. We deploy straight in from the Fortnite battle bus, default skin activated, axes a swinging, defaults a dancing, when we very quickly notice that there's an old-timey lens over the camera of our world. Ah yes, very vintage, very Don't Starve, might I say. How exciting, how sexy. It's at this point where we decide to absolutely shatter the NPC house building speedrun. Sorry Adrian, sorry Chippy, sorry Gungnir, sorry Dirt Rod, sorry Wand of Sparking, sorry everyone, sorry, there isn't any beating this, and no matter how much I love you all, I'll be taking my epic NPC speed build 80% trophy. After absolutely crushing that record, we head a bit to the right in order to hopefully gear up a bit, but are instead greeted by a marble biome above ground. It's very small, but very fucking cool. This is one of the many Don't Starve references in the seed, and sexy enough, it even has little statues for us to take, place down at home, and try to catch moving while we aren't looking. We'll catch those motherfuckers. Mark my words. Perfect. As all good playthroughs should be done here at WaffleTime Incorporated, staring at a fucking death counter screen. We come back to the base to find that the first boss of this playthrough has let herself into our very own Waffle Palace of Love and Tranquility, and we do not take kindly to this one bit. Despite our best efforts, Pinky puts on her tallest and sharpest set of heels, ties us down, and gives us the Slime Ball Crusher 9000. We are very upset about this, but we still have one ball left. We go up and stomp on her balls for a change, giving us access to the materials for peace candles, as well as a decent amount of cash money moolah. It only cost one ball. Another step towards victory occurs when our very own merchant moves into the Waffle Palace of Love. With a head full of steam from that interaction, we rush to the left of our world and, okay. We go again and manage to snag ourselves some cactus, which, for some odd reason, does a whole shit ton of damage to us. Even when we're simply idling by it, the cactus reaches out one of its prickly arms and slaps the ever-loving YouTuber off of our delicate ass. I gotta wonder what other surprises this world has for us. Ah, okay, great. This is fun and captivating. We push right instead to find ourselves in Living Tree Heaven, where we find ourselves a spear. Not bad. Absolutely fucking nothing. Stupid fucking builder wands. With this quote-unquote loot we find, we go down a living tree and collect some much-needed ores in a cave underneath. It is here where we find our first chest, which, by the good graces of the heavens, we immediately find ourselves a pair of Hermes boots. All is well in our lives. We collect some of the ores lying around, only to, very gracefully might I add, be sent straight to the goddamn boiler room of hell. Gracefully. We make a small chest room for ourselves, separate from the mess of NPC housings in the Palace of Love. With our own personal space to work with, that just makes this place even closer to not just being a crack house, no, but being a crack home. Our demolitionist moves in, so what do? That's right, what any right-minded mug-blooded American would do. Buy a bunch of bombs in order to go get ourselves a motherfucking strap. We launch straight into the crimson and go headfirst into a cave made entirely of slightly preheated meat in order to explode some of it to get a gun. Spider time. Oh fuck! We are safe. We blow up the visible heart and get ourselves The Undertaker. But not just any The Undertaker, a godly The Undertaker. It's explore time, baby, and nothing in their right fucking minds could stop us, even if they tried. It's cactus chestplate time, baby, and everything in their right fucking minds could certainly stop us if they so much as felt like it. We go to chop some trees and almost die simply because we're standing in the dark. Wow, that's an interesting mechanic placed into the game from Don't Starve that will, yet again, serve as an incredible inconvenience for us to deal with until we beat the entire game. With some torches being placed, let's bomb our way down. Are you fucking kidding me? I understand why we died. Our entrance wasn't decorated. There we are. Much better. We bomb our way down the elevator a bit, only coming up to decorate and craft random bits we will surely need for that juicy, and I repeat, juicy game progression. We make great use of our godly The Undertaker to protect our lotioned up and moisturized skin from being touched by filth and rot-covered enemies. We find many ores for our future set of armor and weapons, then are promptly sent back to hell for the 10 millionth time by a Viking's hinga-dinga-durgan looking ass. We pop up to make our arms dealer and nurse's humble abode, which will constantly be bombarded by unsolicited visits from the landlord, just there to check on things, but is actually looking for any reason ever to increase the rent. Using the washer and dryer? Yeah, not on my watch. That's gonna be an extra $450 a month, you ungrateful, pathetic little tenants. You have your lights on, huh? It's 4 p.m. Lights are to be turned on between 1 and 2 in the morning only. That'll be another $247 a month, you fucking dweeb. While we're out and about, we push even further left in order to hit the jungle up for some good loot and hopefully some more life preservers. crystals. We find some feral claws, potions, bars, ores, as well as some shoe spikes. I call that a successful loot haul. I remember when no ladies would call or text me. It's still the same thing. I get no texts or calls. I'm just reminiscing. We head back up to our crack home in order to sort through our loot when we spontaneously fucking combust. The whole point of the don't starve aspect of this playthrough is to not starve, and unfortunately, we failed this option, meaning the playthrough is completely over. It's done. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to drop it. I'm kidding, come back, please! We make some tungsten greaves and hit our elevator in order to loot up and explore some more, and go to the right of the railway system in order to hinga-dinga-durgan. Fucking Leif Erikson. God damn it! We dive right back down and find our first underground chest, which gives us even more Hermes boots. We get heaps of more ores, which will certainly aid in the formerly mentioned delicious game progression. Remember that whole little don't starve aspect of this don't starve seed? Yeah, well, we are fucking starving. It is about that time that we don't starve. A very easy source of food in this game is fish. We start on the dimensions of our fishing hole and decorate it with marble in order to achieve true crack home. We have been talking about this entire time. We go ahead and get in our infinite water funnel in order to fill up the tank. While we're doing this, can anyone please tell me what the fuck a girl boss is? Who fucking knows? Perhaps maybe we were just using all of our power to think way too hard on this topic because we fucking starve again. We eventually fill her up. Wink, wink. Then go on an epic fishing compilation that will surely put any non-fishers to shame, because here at WaffleTime Incorporated, we believe in the fishing supremacy, as well as MILF supremacy, but we'll definitely get back to that later in this playthrough. We have plenty of food now. We will no longer don't starve. We will no longer don't starve. We will no longer... It's at this point where we see that we have a great amount of cash money moolah and hit up our arms dealer, not only to raise the rent again because they had their windows open at 5 p.m., even though open window time is at 6 p.m., but to also get that motherfucking mini shark, baby. God, I love the mini shark. Do you know what kinds of nefarious deeds we can get up to with this thing? Do you have any idea the caliber of what we're going to do next? We're gonna fish. I fucking love fish. I love fish. After tirelessly fishing for our own goddamn survival, we plummet down into the depths of the earth to collect even more ores. While doing this, we find ourselves a mushroom biome to go absolutely wacky in. To absolutely lose our marbles in, so to speak. We find ourselves a band of regeneration, some ores and life crystals, another goddamn band of regeneration, even more Hermes boots, and lastly, a magic mirror, which, surprise, surprise, is actually very useful to us. I get rock hard for loot that isn't repetitive, as well as rock hard for loot that is greatly useful to us. We search for more loot, but are promptly sent back to the nether realm by a crawdad who has had access to the internet and apparently saw all of the crying, screaming mukbang videos of absolutely demolishing his missing family with a broom. He avenges family, but on the wrong type of channel. After being sent up by the world's most vengeful crawdad, we make ourselves a good set of armor out of the ores we collected, along with a tungsten pickaxe, officially making us beasts. Speaking of being a beast, we should prepare for the Eye of Cthulhu, which is a boss that is simply a tremendous floating eye with seemingly 2-inch tendrils coming out of its back. Which, I mean, you know, is completely sufficient. I mean, like, 9-inch tendrils is probably, like, way too much to deal with, right? You know, so, like, maybe, like, 2 inches is probably perfect. Probably, like, the best to work with. It's probably the most optimal. It's the best, right? Right? We even out the ground after making a long platform which felt like forever, but it unfortunately gives us the opportunity to ponder even further as to what in the fuck a girl boss is. Where did this word come from? Is it new? Is it a noun? Is it a verb? For example, can I, supposedly not a girl boss, be girl bossing? These are all questions that we don't even know if we want the answer to. Who knows what lies beyond the horror of new modern day vocabulary and lingo? In order to escape the travesties of wondering what in the blue fuck a girl boss is, we build up our own little planting station, which will absolutely carry us in potion crafting for the entirety of the playthrough. We wait for night to fall, then absolutely fucking shred the Eye of Cthulhu. We take his contact lens and fold it in half, making it roll to the back of his eye, giving him constant irritation. He does not like this and reasonably becomes quite irritable, but we dispatch him as quick as he can fucking dash. There is nothing we love more here at WaffleTime Incorporated than a classic eyeball meat shower. So why not take a huge dump on the pillow of another Eye of Cthulhu and give it pink eye? Excellent. Enjoy irritation and eye boogers in hell, you goddamn buffoon. We collect plenty of crimtane from this, as well as the much needed Shield of Cthulhu accessory. We sell off the rest of the extra loot and make ourselves a flesh catcher, which will surely help us don't starve. Which will surely help us not starve. Don't not starve. We also make the tendon bow, which will be marvelous in our endeavors to cream the brain of Cthulhu's cerebral cortex. Cream it. We will be creaming it. That's right, you heard me correctly. We upgrade our pickaxe and tools and have a moment's notice before the goblins decide now is an optimal time to pillage our village and make special 6-digit internet combinations with all the NPCs while we have to watch. We say no to this and quickly prepare ourselves with an ungodly amount of grenades, and without even skipping a beat, get to blasting. We make those special little 6-digit codes with all the goblins for a change, something they were not prepared for, and still, even after the fact, cannot even begin to fathom. We take out the goblins and send them right back to where they came from. It's a good feeling, knowing that the Goblin Tinkerer is now bound up in some cave somewhere watching his future wife on the latest Brazzers episode. We take solace in this fact because he will be taking every single penny from us in order to reforge our future weapons and accessories. We build up some more NPC housing in order to cope with that mass goblin side we just did, and it makes us feel a little bit better. We decide to do some more exploring and explore all the way to the left of our world and find absolutely nothing of intellectual value. Useless. Useless. We finally make a bed and immediately sleep in it once we're back at the Palace of Love because honestly, and I'm keeping it real with you all here, fuck nighttime in the constant seat. I can't see shit. I'm getting fucking stabbed in the dark. There's probably bugs and shit out. It's fucking awful. Now that that's off my chest, let's hit the skies with the gravitation potion. In order to hopefully obtain some sexy loot, we find ourselves some slightly pathetic fledgling wings. We find a red balloon and run out of fear of getting our arm bitten off by a clown in a gutter. We find a huge pool of water to stop and drink whenever we get really thirsty in our travels, then head back down to sell some of our loot. The next boss on our hit list is the Brain of Cthulhu, so we quickly dive into the Crimson in order to set up a quick arena. We set up some platforms. I hate spiders. I hate spiders. We set up some platforms with some campfires on it, then break the hearts and begin the battle right away. We use our Jester's arrows with a mini shark for the second phase, and all is going fairly well when our character decides that retaining every single fucking debuff in existence is the most optimal strategy for this battle. As you've probably guessed by now, we get absolutely beamed from existence. That's okay. Let's give it another spin. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna fuck. In a fit of rage, we blow down our elevator in order to find some more loot. We are here to look for some good loot and avoid all of the ass whoopings possible. We get ourselves a snake flute. Haha! You can play my snake flute. Get it? We have been cactused, and I am not happy about it one bit. We go back in and find ourselves a magic conch. Excellent. This will be highly beneficial to traversing our beautiful and scenic land. We find stupid fucking desert weapons. Stupid, dumb idiot, dumb, stupid desert weapons. Even more Hermes boots. Even more magic mirror. Ah, an extractinator. That's relieving. We are getting increasingly closer to creaming that brain with all of the power we have within us. We also find the Goblin Tinkerer, which is excellent. We immediately buy his goods, such as the rocket boots and the Tinkerer's workshop, and send him on his way to Cuckland, where he rightfully goddamn belongs. We find another magic mirror. Flare gun. Double flare gun. Magic mirror. Magic mirror. A cloud in a bottle. Nice. That'll help us a bit with our evasion. We sell our loot and use our magic conch to teleport over to the right side of our world in order to finish up exploring the entirety of our landscape. Then, once we get back home, we squeeze some suspicious looking eyes really fucking hard to make the giant eyeball angry enough to come out and get pink eye again from us. We notice here that our torches extinguish when it rains, which is absolutely baffling. Never have I felt more betrayed and upset by something. But on the other hand, we just have to use candles for everything since for some odd reason they don't extinguish. I am hurt and very, very angry about all of the torches now just being a stupid looking stick poking out of the ground, which is why we are beating the Eye of Cthulhu to death so hard. After ass blasting a giant eyeball, we collect some more clay to turn into clay pots to finish up our serene little Zen garden, right next door to Waffle's Palace of Love, ironically. With our garden mostly being complete, we craft a few potions, collect our belongings, and head right down into the brain, which will be absolutely taken aback by the creaming it will obtain. This time, the fight goes very, very well. We do not get teleported inside of. Not good for your health. Don't even try it. We deal with the creepers rather quickly and start blasting the brain as it teleports for its dear life. Soon enough, we kill it, collect our loot, and fight him again because blasting the brain's fat little body is therapy for how many magic mirrors we collected while trying to find loot that's actually useful to us. We run back to base and craft ourselves some goodies, including a fresh new pickaxe and some funky fresh new armor. We now have the drip and are goated with the sauce, as some would care to interject, and decide that perhaps this run we should play things smart and make an invasion farm nice and early. Traditionally speaking, we would make the mistake of waiting until pirates get here in hard mode to make one of these bad boys, having to Shawshank our way through the ground in order to avoid death, but WaffleTime Incorporated says no more Shawshank butt stuff with the pirates. We will get this task done early for a better future for us all. Having our own little AFK coward station set up, this means we are so unbelievably ready for blood moons, pirates, and even some other wacky events if we set this bad boy up correctly. Now that that's all settled in, perhaps it's time we look for a beehive to see if we can slaughter the queen bee. We first collect exactly 177,013 obsidian for depressing research purposes, then spelunker up up and push into the jungle for a hive and some good jungle loot. We get tons and tons of loot. And if I'm being honest with you all, I'd rather get absolutely no fucking loot than another set of Hermes boots or another godforsaken magic mirror. What a fucking nightmare and useless loot paradise. We get exactly what's expected. Saggy balls for loot and no beehive to make up for it. We sell all kinds of our loot when we head back home, then start fishing to get some good potions and also to get some more baked fish, because if we run out of that, we are going to be sent directly to the seventh circle of hell, where we will be tied down and have to listen to the party girl talk for the rest of eternity. While fishing and pondering how we could get a cheat code to go to heaven instead when we inevitably run out of food, we decide we want access to the quad barrel shotgun before challenging Queen P. So we charge directly over to the dungeon and begin setting up our Skeletron arena, which consists of a few long rows of platforms and some simple buffs. Much like the last video, we must interrupt and take a second to thank our sponsor. Gigantic, jiggling, oiled up, bouncing ass cheeks. Just look at that set of cheeks. God damn, that's the best set I've seen in ages. This message is approved by Certified Assman WaffleTime. Thank you very much for tuning into this session, Certified Assman Moment. Anyways, in the name of ass supremacy, we challenge Skeletron as soon as night falls. It takes a ridiculously long amount of time, yet slowly but surely we chip away the health from both hands and are left with only his chrome dome. We combo our Jester's arrows with our mini shark, completely in the name of strategy, not because we forgot to get more ammo for the mini shark. We verbally degrade him in order to maybe lower his defense with statements such as off-brand ass Skeletron Prime, and Vin Diesel said he wants his hair back, and high-five our football-playing jock friends right in front of him. And without even being frightened of running out of ammo the entire time, we bone the boner and take his loot. We get ourselves a Chippy's couch. Hi, Chippy. Fucking love that guy. We get ready to explore our dungeon with the spirit of Chippy and his couch guiding us along the way when the thought occurs: what would the Fungeon be without a load of fun? This is exactly what runs through my head as we run back to collect more ammo, then go directly into the Fungeon for some loot and some fun that we desperately need. We are immediately reminded of why the Fungeon is so goddamn immeasurably fun when a dungeon slime beats us to death with a baseball bat. We go back down and find our mechanic. We buy some components that will help us down the road before we send her into the depths of the dungeon for enacting some rather mundane Rule 34 art with skeletons, who, surprise, don't have any meat. We void out the sounds of a bored mechanic and rhythmic clanking of bones with a poison dart directly to the forehead. That drowns the sound out quite well. Fungeon. Am I right, fellas? Maybe, just maybe, dungeon loot isn't even real at all. Maybe the real dungeon loot was just the friends we made along the way. Just kidding. We don't have any friends. We instead get a Muramasa, which will not benefit us at all because if you haven't noticed, we are going full ranger this run. I love skeletons so much. We have so much in common. I am also very tall and white and angry and made of bones. Why can't we just be friends? We get a useless magic missile. We get a stupid fucking yo-yo. We get an actual fucking gun that was stowed away in a drug trade, but may be actually useful to us down the road, so we'll hang on to that bad boy for now. Hopefully no one will come looking for it, otherwise this Terraria run is gonna end a lot sooner than expected. We get ourselves an Aqua Scepter, which is in fact a glorified Nerf water gun, but we decide on absolutely nothing at all because it's a goddamn motherfucking mage weapon. We get a Blue Moon, which is going to look fantastic in the merchant's inventory. Another Muramasa. How original. Speaking of originality, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you Magic fucking Missile again. On the bright side of all this, we managed to snag ourselves a Shadow Key, so we rock and roll AC/DC it down to hell and are immediately reminded that our "you made it to hell" days are now long gone. We are now without a glimmer of power or hope. We make some NPC housing for a quick transport to Dante's Inferno, then proceed onwards with our Shadow Chest hunt. We get absolute fuck all. We get a goddamn fire flower from Mario before we get a Hellwing bow. We get stupid, dumb, stupid magnets before we get a Hellwing bow. Sun Fury, Dark Lance, stupid fucking magnet, fire flower, Sun Fury. We have literally explored over half of the Underworld and have found absolute fuck all for our efforts. Let's finish the job. Dark Lance. I am going to freak out. Flame Lash. Sun Fury. Flame Lash. We are running entirely out of options as we have seemingly looted the entirety of the Underworld, and I am about one minor inconvenience from bursting, shaving my head and eyebrows and spending my time doing family-friendly content and advocating for the removal of dislikes on YouTube. So we do what we know best and do what's called an epic gamer mining session on the Hellstone we could find. We go up and see that there's a blood moon currently active, so we hit our little pyramid and hope for some yummy and tasty little treats to add to our chest filled with accessories that we might not ever use. We do, do, on the bright side, now have full Necro armor, which will be a sexy little booster to our range damage. Soon enough, it begins raining slime, so we pop out to kill some slimes, let some fall into lava, and soon enough, King Slime comes into the scene very unhappy that his kid's first words were WaffleTime Incorporated and not Papa Slime. We can't control the way his stupid kids want to talk, so we slap King Slime like he said a harmless joke at the Grammys, and nestle on up to the Queen Slime's absolute cannon of a badonkadonk to feel all better about ourselves. Now that that entanglement is over with, we decide we need the quad barrel shotgun, so we do what anyone in their right mind would do when wanting a quad barrel shotgun and jump off a long rope many times. This one is for the teachers who said I'd never make it. You're correct. After an honest day's work of collecting our own death markers a ton of times, we lay our grave markers all over the arms dealer's humble abode. We grab that yummy quad barrel shotgun and take some time to reforge everything. We, of course, go into an ungodly amount of debt, ignoring dozens of calls from the IRS and avoiding prison time in order to get that brisk and jagged modifier about 600,000 times in a row. I love this bald-headed little shit to the moon and back. Thank you for being a fun little punching bag on account of your uselessness for the entirety of WaffleTime Incorporated. We are broke. Again, we deal with our lack of funds as a lot of individuals do in real time by compensating with material objects and rubbing it right in your face. We sit at our mob farm for a little bit to get some more slime as it's very useful, but realize we're not getting a single goddamn geode from our granite golem statue, leaving our pockets empty and our emotional state an entirely empty void in which we cannot feel a lick of happiness or sadness for that matter. Since this cash money moolah collection method is not working well at all, we take to the underground desert, aka actual hell, in order to get as many desert fossils as possible to extractinate them and hopefully get some good loot to sell. We get a decent amount of cash money moolah from this method, then instantly sacrifice it all to our favorite little bald-headed cuck in order to have a fighting chance against future bosses. Now that we're all reforged with the Chad Von Thundercock-esque weapon, quad barrel shotgun, we raid the underground jungle in order to find a hive to fight the Queen Pea. We have searched for what seems to be years. Perhaps we're in a sick, twisted, grotesque purgatory where hives no longer exist and are tasked with finding one anyway, so we're slightly annoyed for the rest of our lives. Oh, is that honey I see? No hive. Fuck my life. Finally! As soon as we find a hive and break free of eternal damnation by life in the underground jungle, we begin to fashion a shitty arena by blowing out some of the surrounding area, then evening it out and placing some platforms and campfires. We summon Queen P up and are feeling that this fight is quite easy peasy lemon squeezy, and not the latter. Difficult, lemon difficult. Being that she is Queen P, she charges us as hard and fast as possible, begging for us to pull out the Golden Shower spell tome on her, and getting very and unreasonably upset when we respectfully decline and tell her that that idea is unsanitary and pretty fucking weird. We instead use a gun, which is probably the only thing we can do in this slightly uncomfortable situation. We dodge, dip, duck, dive, dodge, and eventually squeak out an epic gamer victory against Queen P herself. This leaves us with a feeling of dread, yet also excitement, because this means there is only one more boss on our list, the Ball of Flesh. Our accessories are looking quite dripped out for this final battle of pre-hard mode, but what about our weapon? We have literally looted the entirety of Hell of Shadow Chests, so instead take to fishing a bit, which, surprise, get absolute fuck all from. Fuck all. It is time for us to take a slightly different approach. We grind out Queen P several times for some beanades, avoid her constant barrage of asking for our piss, and collect several loot bags. Fool me once, shame on you, but fool me twice, 3 times, 4, 5 times, I'm gonna have to intervene. We grab our special little surreal toolie we gained from the dungeon after boning Skeletron and combine it with some of the hellstone we got on our epic gamer mining mowing expedition in order to make the Phoenix Blaster. This is a special little tool we'll be using to punt the Ball of Flesh across the playground directly into another unsuspecting student's forehead while they're just sitting down and minding their own goddamn business. In order to prepare further, we do some more reluctant reforging, do some more sexy fishing, and exploit hell top to bottom. If Samuel Hayden from Doom can do it as a robo bitch, we can certainly do it as human Giga Chads. Hell is now a clean runway for our own benefit. We are all reforged, buff potions ready to be chugged in a similar fashion to Badlands chugs. I'd say we're ready to absolutely fucking ball out on the Ball of Flesh. We toss the voodoo doll into the lava, then start chucking beanades as fast as we can, switching to the Phoenix Blaster whenever we deem it fit. The Phoenix Blaster shoots just about as fast as you can click, and brother, we click fast as fuck! With the combination of beanades and the as fast as you want it to be Phoenix Blaster, we absolutely ass blast the Ball of Flesh, and see another epic gamer victory. Without skipping a beat, we charge directly into the depths of the Crimson to smash all the Crimson altars in sight. I must say, it's rather difficult to doggy-style smash all these altars when a fucking blood slug is trying to jump all over us. It looks like we got Cobalt, Orichalcum, and Adamantite. Simply astounding. As you may be able to tell, I am greatly enthused by this news. We begin our Sigma Male ore grind by slamming a spelunker and working our way slightly up the tiers of ores. I love the ore grind. I love the ore grind. First try, Torch God, more like Torch I don't know, torch suck my balls. Got him. We keep on searching for ores and keep on dying over and over and over and over again. So we do what we know best and cave under any sort of pressure at all, settling for cobalt armor just to get us through the destroyer so we can get hollowed armor and put all this wacky, stale progression behind us. Another issue we've been tending to since the beginning of time is our lack of fun, so you know precisely what time it is. Epic data miner time. This bad boy is going to provide us with all of the social security numbers we need to make a decent amount of profit in this godforsaken land. We start by mining out the horizontal and vertical dimensions of this farm, making very sure our numbers are correct. Blood moon, woo! Yes! We hollow out the bottom of this farm. Not the only bottom that's gonna get hollowed. Haha! I miss you, Plantera. Please call me back. We die an insufferable amount, and I mean truly insufferable. But we eventually manage to get the lava in place, preventing these pests from spawning in and absolutely decimating us out of existence. Next up, with great haste, we make our lava pyramid trap, which will be the driving force behind this farm. Then we go on to another blood moon, another one! Yes! We begin to hollow out our top section so we can get some juicy enemy spawns, but only one problem comes with that. We die a lot, die a lot, die a lot. We finish hollowing out the top section after some very slight detriments to our mental well-being and make our AFK station. We then hook up dart traps on each end to activate those mimics, who undoubtedly give the most mind-boggling, sucky vacuum seal twister blister glizzy gobbler combo known to mankind. They also drop great loot, which can be very helpful to us as well, but is certainly not the focus of why we want them summoned. We lay down chests in our AFK station for storage purposes, then add some jungle grass to a grid of mud we placed in order for it to eventually spread and boost our spawn rates. We hunt for a gnome for some more luck to the farm? Check. We die and feel like essential dread? Check. We place in some pearl stone for an artificial hollow biome, then sit and bask in our glory, collecting lots of good loot, lots of souls, and lots of real gamer women that you guys simply don't know, just on account of the fact that they go to a different school than us. We collect a ton of souls of light, which is excellent because we will certainly need tons of keys of light to fight these bad boys. The super guzzle gladiators, the supreme suckinators, might I add, the blowing behemoths, the tonsil boxer titans. The only issue with these, as you all may have guessed, is that we simply never get the loot that we want in a comfortable and concise matter. Rather, we have to fucking grind for it. Vile shard, after grapple, after various other stupid fucking components, we try and find the silver lining. Potions? We're getting a lot of potions. That's good. Stormbow! Finally! Fuck potions, let's fucking go! We waste no time going down to our favorite little watcher and reforge our Stormbow. He of course takes out the pain of watching his wife get railed every day out on us, not giving us the reforge that we need unless we give him 10 million NFT bucks. We now have the weapon we need, but do not have the ammo that we love. So we do what anyone would and set up a unicorn torture chamber right on top of our NPC's housing. We collect as many unicorn horns as we can so that we can make boner pills to cure our crippling erectile dysfunction. I mean the goblin's crippling erectile dysfunction. Oh yeah, and also for some holy arrows. That might help a little bit too. Once we have some holy arrows made, we go ahead and make a sky platform to fight the destroyer on. God, I hate wyverns. It's time we sleep and get ready for the battle with the destroyer. Pirates! God damn it! Luckily, we've been prepared for this moment for quite some time, so we dash directly into our little lava pyramid scheme and let the pirates defeat themselves. All that vitamin deficiency and scurvy has surely melted their brains by now because they're just hurling their stupid little bodies into this lava pool to try and get us. But we are men, tough, scary men for that matter, so we hide, cower, and piss our pants until we procure that epic gamer dub. Eventually, we sack the pirates and do exactly what we were doing before they decided to annoy us a little bit and get ready to fight. Eventually, night hits and we summon the destroyer. We rain holy hellfire directly down from the pearly gate straight onto his fat ass forehead. We dodge and keep up the fire as much as possible, rescheduling the destroyer's oil change, letting him run out of gas very frequently and not taking him in for scheduled maintenance checks, and eventually crush the machine from the inside out. We try and fight the destroyer again to get that yummy hollow armor to no avail. We get fucking wormed. Annoying. Let's give it another spit. Okay. God damn it! Let's just sit in our little mob farm and self-loathe publicly, making everyone feel a little bit awkward and weird about proceeding on with their normal conversations until we get some better loot. We eventually take to the skies and rip the destroyer a new one again. With the loot we got from both the destroyer battles, we go ahead and make ourselves full hollowed armor, which is greatly beneficial. Now that we have very momentarily sick-ass armor, you all know what comes next. Motherfucking mega shark, baby! We grab our illegal gun parts and grind out some fins from our statue, then convert our farm into Crimson Heaven so that we can get plenty of Ichor for our bullets. We make our Mega Shark, make our piss-covered bullets, then go to work on an asphalt runway for the next couple mechs. We grab our buff potions and immediately summon up the twins. The runway makes it extremely easy to completely decimate Spasmatism, who does not care about the various diseases he has that makes his fire green instead of normal, healthy, mechanical eyeball color. Once we have him out of the way, we go for his little brother Retinazer, who has absolutely no sense of object permanence. We can put our hands over our face and he will be absolutely ferocious because in his mind we have entirely disappeared. With this being said, we put him out of his misery as fast as humanly possible, crushing his first and second phase with fair ease. We collect our loot and head directly to one of our many fishing holes to better prepare for our least favorite mechanical bitch boy out there, Skeletron Prime. Having degraded Skeletron Prime enough for 12 lifetimes, we go grab our buffs, go right back up to our beautiful supersonic epic Naruto running speedway, and run as fast as we can down the halls of our schools with our arms flared behind our back because we are now in charge of putting a tremendous dent in that ugly-ass chromicile domicile of Skeletron Prime. If this is your first WaffleTime rodeo, I'll give you a brief rundown of how we feel about Skeletron Prime around these parts. Skeletron Prime is the equivalent of brushing your teeth and swallowing as much orange juice as humanly possible. Mr. Prime is the equivalent of walking through a cobweb but it never quite comes off your face, so you're in a constant martial arts battle against a web on your face in front of a bunch of people that you know. Senor Prime is ass cancer, and words cannot even begin to delve into the amount of raw hatred I have for him. Having all this said, it's only just that we crumple him into a ball of metal, put him through the forge, and fashion him into silverware for mukbang YouTubers. On our first try, however, to my surprise, we absolutely decimate him. The mechs are now random metal phallic objects in the world, which leads us to the jungle bosses, starting with the sexy and succulent Plantera. We think of the absolute MILF Plantera and how we're going to defeat her while we AFK at our epic gamer farm for more life roots to spawn in, more chlorophyte to spread, as well as letting the showers of Ichor fall directly above our heads in order to craft more bullets. We restock some of our potions that we were running low on, then head to the right of our beloved Palace of Love in order to make a smaller, lesser love shack for that of the truffle and the guide. We place mud everywhere and let our mushroom grass seeds spread slowly over the mud. Soon enough, we will have a mini paradise for our sweet, sweet baby truffle. I love the truffle so goddamn much. I would do the truffle's taxes accurately and on time. He will serve as a key component for crafting our endgame armor, Shroomite. We grab some more Spelunker potions after some more AFKing and dash directly into the jungle in order to go on the chlorophyte mowing session, as well as collect as many life roots as we can. This is a very tedious task, so this is the part where I introduce our discussion topic for this epic mining and spelunking session. My question for you is, what is your least favorite type of content to watch on the internet besides WaffleTime? Man, I don't even know where to start on my list. I absolutely fucking loathe any video that has that godforsaken automated speech bot on it. 99% of you are going to know what I'm talking about. It can be a perfectly fine video. It can even be funny. But the second I hear that motherfucking automated lady voice, my brain seizes all functions and I am immediately sent into a destructive state of rage. We end up finding a bulb while contemplating, and we mark it on our map so that we can come back to it later and build our arena around it. We have some things to do before we prepare any further for Plantera, such as another blood moon. Woo! Fuck! Yes! More blood moons, please! I cannot fucking get enough. Oh man, thank God that blood moon is over. Hopefully there's no more slight hindrances or inconveniences that'll walk into our world and slaughter all of our unsuspecting NPCs. Oh, did someone say Goblin time? Woohoo! Hey, listen, I act like a goblin all goddamn day long. Do you see me taking down people's doors and inconveniencing them greatly? No. We only die about 500,000 more times to goblin summoners, but soon enough the event is over and we can pretend like all of that never happened. We do some further preparation, such as collecting more shrooms in order to craft Shroomite as soon as we beat Plantera, and selling our hoarder's quantity of loot to the steampunker to get some more money. I'm glad we can actually move and breathe around here. Feeling some actual progress is very, very refreshing in these times. Solar eclipse! God damn it! We make our housing for the truffle and guide as soon as that conundrum is over with, now that we have an actual shroom biome. We also take the time to craft up a chlorophyte shot bow to use against Plantera with holy arrows, because not only will it give us a more direct attack on Plantera, but as many of you already know, it totally fucking shreds. We dive back into the underground jungle for some more life fruits and extra chlorophyte for armor and bullets. We want to be at max HP or near max HP for the future battles to come. We eventually get an ample amount of chlorophyte as well as maxed out HP, which is a tremendous step in conquering the rest of the game. Then go down to pay a visit to this receding hairline 4'7" quote unquote open relationship having ass to reforge our shot bow. We feel quite overpowered, so why not off Queen Slime just for the hell of it? This is way too fucking close of a fight to feel comfortable. Why did we have trouble with that? Is it because I called her a dummy mommy? Are we actually tough? Are we really prepared? All those intruding thoughts fade very quickly as we realize that we are in fact going up against the Dami Mommy. It's only right that she beat us slightly. We're tough. We're tough as a motherfuck. We charge directly back into the underground jungle and start up on our Plantera arena. We make it a tall arena with our beloved Osagov tunnel down to the bottom, which, again, if this is your first WaffleTime rodeo, is our oh shit oh god oh fuck tunnel. Our fucking temple is in the way. Will this even work? What are we gonna do? There's only one way to find out. So we do what is only reasonable and go into what I like to call fuck it mode. We are ready to take on Plantera, and nothing can stop us. Okay, we head to the jungle. We are ready to take on Plantera, and nothing can stop us except for flying turtles if they want to. We buff up and summon the world's sexiest plant MILF and start shooting her to death. The first phase is an absolute cakewalk. We circle around Plantera and admire every bit of her succulence while doing so. The glorified shot bow paired with holy arrows completely shreds her first phase, and soon enough, we have to make a quick escape to our Osagov tunnel. We are absolutely shredding her second phase, but are also pissing our pants all over our arena because this is quite possibly the scariest fucking time test I have ever experienced in the entirety of my existence. Thanks to the very high DPS of our shot bow and holy arrows, we squeak out yet another epic gamer dub. We open up the loot and get a stupid fucking useless pygmy staff as well as the useful temple key, which we will use to harass Gollum and a bunch of lizard people. Before the lizard people attempt to get a restraining order against us, we need to make sure we have the means of not letting a measly restraining order stop us, which comes in the shape and form of Shroomite armor. We go on double overtime shroom collection and craft up all of our Shroomite bars and get ourselves quite possibly one of the sexiest armor sets in all of Terraria. We grab our potions and charge directly into the temple, which is greatly similar to trying to use the restroom at school during lunch. We walk past the first layer of lizards, which consist of the epic vapors. They take the bathroom pass and puff fat mango-scented smoke clouds out of their little jewel pods, otherwise they'll get real cranky. The next level of the temple consists of the shit goblins, who will steal your shoes or throw wet paper towel rolls over the stalls when you're simply trying to void your bowels. Lastly, there's the master artists, the modern-day Picassos, who make quite possibly the most artistic rendition of veiny cocks I've ever seen on the walls in Sharpie. Eventually, though, we break out of the bathroom and make our way into the teacher's lounge, where a professor lurks that may just be the worst of all. We set up our platform in order to take on the worst professor of all time and summon him right away. He says some bullshit to us like, "The bell does not dismiss you, I do." And I can just start calling on people when no one legitimately knows the answer to his stupid fucking questions. We do not take kindly to this one bit and dispatch him as such. As we take out his arms and head, he gets vicious with us, crossing his arms and legs and saying, "I'll wait," even though no one's talking, and even goes so far as to say, "Why do I hear bags zipping and people packing up? We still have 2 minutes left of class time." We deal with this goddamn travesty in the only way we know possible, by raining stars from the heavens directly onto his fucking forehead. We defeat him first try, but haven't quite bullied him as much as we truly want to. Do you want to share with the rest of the class? Shut up. Ears are to be open, lips are to be closed. Shut up. I don't know. Can you use the bathroom? Shut up! God damn it! Thank God that's over with. Fucking, oh, Jesus. Without a moment to waste, we charge directly into the Neckbeard Cultist Discord server that he moderates on and get absolutely banned out of his server immediately because we said hello to what we didn't know was his Discord kitten. They exchange ooh-woos and rawrs, which we do not take kindly to at all. We will not stand for these types of crimes against humanity. This is the precise reason why we charge back in for a second time, ready to halt all of his lewd Genshin Impact memes, which are literally just porn, with a stupid fucking not funny quote below it. The cultist, again, absolutely throttles us back to the ban dimension when we ask him politely to stop sending us Genshin pornography. We are furious. His neckbeard is far too goddamn tough, so we attempt to obtain some neckbeard penetrating tools such as an Avenger emblem and chlorophyte bullets, yet we've fallen to the great neckbeard yet again. Great shame overcomes us as we try a fuck-ass tunnel strategy to try and null out some of his mutes and kicks for reporting him for harassment, and fail yet again. Has the neckbeard simply grown too strong? Is the fedora simply bulletproof? We'll certainly need something of much higher caliber to get through that fedora and neckbeard combo. So we pillage the dungeon for a sniper rifle, almost as if God wanted WaffleTime to dispatch this ultimate neckbeard milady tips fedora headass as soon as possible. The sniper drops nearly immediately. We quickly go down to the Goblin cuck, friend of neckbeard cultist, to reforge the weapon immediately. We challenge him again on our 12th alt account, when this time we blast the fedora directly off his fat fucking head. We have officially and illegally shit the lunatic cultist's pants. A stench overcomes the world as this individual certainly is not showered in several months. A stench so strong that it attracts otherworldly celestial beings to this planet that we too must dispatch. Today, we will be dissecting each of the pillars and their respective personalities. This is the Vortex pillar, which spawns several ranged mobs, which, despite being similar in class attributes, have shockingly contrasting personalities. This right here is an alien queen. She had several unplanned children, which are rightfully called hornets and larvae. Alien queen is also a chain smoker on account of the stress of her drastically misbehaving children, so she sounds pretty hilarious. Her children run rampant, screaming and stomping and cursing and drinking chemicals under the sink. Connor! Hunter! Get the fuck back to the fucking car now! Fuck you, Mom! Fuck you! We said idly in a small box, avoiding all of them, as well as their militant stepfather, Stormdiver, who is never home and still posts TikToks despite being in his mid to late 40s. His own family doesn't even know what he does for work. We do the world a favor, bring them all to slaughter, then slaughter their main source of power, the Vortex pillar itself. We collect the fragments, make ourselves a phantasm bow out of the dysfunctional family we just disassembled, then head right back into the next pillar, which is the Stardust pillar. This pillar is filled to the brim with the enchanted side of the internet. The main characters, so to speak. The cringe talkers, if you will. Not the TikTokers, as there's a lot of funny bastards on there. For example, these flow invaders are the 46-year-old badasses who make TikToks about fighting people over the internet for some odd reason with some epic badass guy music in the background. The Milky Way weavers, on the other hand, think that they can travel through different dimensions by shifting for some odd reason, and decided that making this information public is the smartest way of approaching things. Big main character syndrome coming from our little Milky Way weavers. Keep it up, fellas. Star cells are a bit unique, but they post how, in their past lives, they can somehow tell that they were several main characters throughout history, and even go so far as to say that they were, at one point in history, mythological creatures. Love it, star cells. Absolutely love it. The stargazers are your average star sign nincome fucking poops, which will swear on their life, up and down, that it is because I am a Scorpio that I construct my videos the way I do. Yeah. Oh, you agree? Well, I'm a fucking Pisces, so suck my horse cock and go star sign a job application. Lastly, we have the Twinkle Popper and their friend, Twinkle. This duo makes couples TikToks, and not just any couples TikToks, not the cute and funsy stuff. I'm talking about the couples TikToks that just make you fucking wince harder than ever. The Alpha Chad Von Thundercock male wears a leather jacket and angrily threatens the camera with a punch that would send us backwards on the evolutionary chart, while the Beta Sigma woman female grasps at her man, pleading him to not slaughter the masses in her name again, for he defends her honor. I could not be happier to be way the fuck away from this pillar. Good God. But can we really be any happier about being at the Nebula pillar? Here at the Nebula pillar, we have the internet intellectuals. The brain sucklers take anything you say completely literally, no matter what, and it is outrageous sometimes. Want to throw out a sarcastic comment? Yeah, man, I had to piss so bad when I got home. I pissed enough to fill up a swimming pool, man. Well, actually, the average American pisses 135 gallons a year. An average swimming pool holds anywhere between 18 and 20,000 gallons, so yeah. I somehow doubt you magically held enough urine to fill a swimming pool. The evolution beasts are extraordinarily condescending. Have a job that he doesn't deem a smart man job? Oh boy, you are fucking in for it. So what is it you do for income exactly? Oh yeah, I actually do YouTube. You know, it's my dream job. I'm very happy. I have a lovely community, and you know, I get to crack all the jokes I want. It's amazing. Yeah. I meant like a real job. Like, what's your real occupation? You know? But, you know, hey, I'm glad you're having fun, buddy. You know, keep playing your games. The Predictor, as mentioned in his name, finishes your sentences for you on account of him being so insanely smart. Yeah, homie, so I went to the store the other day. Yeah, I went to the store the other day and got chips, snacks, soda, groceries. Yeah, I got some groceries and I went to the cashier. Will you shut the fuck up? Last but not least, the worst of the bunch, the Nebula Floater. He may likely be the worst of the bunch, because not only is he wrong constantly, but he will absolutely refuse to believe that you're right. No, man, I'm pretty sure you gotta take off aluminum foil off of your food before you microwave it. Yeah, no, buddy, I've done this 100 times before, okay? I know what I'm doing, bud. But keep doing things the way you want, as long as it, you know, makes you happy, buddy. Your microwave is in flames. Your microwave is fucking in flames right now. Probably a short circuit, nothing to do with the foil, man. You just gotta believe me. Gotta trust the smart guys on this one. It's at this point in all of these discussions that I could not be happier to be absolutely ass-blasting the pillar. Last but not least, we have the Solar Pillar, which serves as a strange contrast to the Nebula Pillar. These fine gentlemen aren't smart, or so they think, but rather they are dumb as a goddamn stump. The Earth is flat. How am I not tipping over if the Earth is round? Okay, buddy. Okay, relax. Now look, I know this coupon expired in March of 2012, but why the fuck won't you guys still honor it? It's a fucking coupon. The customer's always right. I hate you so much. The world hates you. Yeah, I just feed my dog whatever. Like, you know, he likes chocolate and grapes and batteries and shit, you know? People are so fucking picky with their dogs, man. Jesus fucking Christ. Listen, dude, listen. Birds are actually drones for the government to spy on me. No, it's true, dude. Vaccines have fucking microchips in them, dude. They put them in there to monitor me at all times. They monitor me. You are not that fucking interesting. The government doesn't want to watch you work for 6 hours, then go home and jerk off to hentai and fall asleep. No wonder we have so much grief when we're dealing with the pillars. We have to listen to all these nincom fucking poops talk about their lives all goddamn day long, all at once. Soon enough, we're away from that mess, and we have all 4 of the pillars out, and it's showtime. We respawn at home. The Moon Lord quickly and without hesitation spawns in and despawns us fucking immediately. After our greatly anticipated first death to the Moon Lord, we go on to hunt for some truffle worms, one of our favorite activities to tend to after being lasered out of existence by a fucking half-man moon squid with no legs. This, of course, is a Sigma grind of its own accord, yet we managed to Sigma grind 4 truffle worms out of it. We build ourselves a Dick Fishron arena, which includes the ocean floor with a water walking potion, as well as a row of platforms high above the ocean floor so we stand a sliver of a chance against surviving this angry pig fish's attack. We are using the Phantasm, so we shouldn't have too much trouble. We buff up, die immediately, and wait our way to victory. Hooray! Death screen counter! Death screen counter for dinner again, honey! We try again, and to our absolute surprise, we are decimated out of existence at quite literally the exact same point of the last battle. Fuck. This next battle holds a very special place in my heart because never in the history of my Terraria playthroughs has a boss beamed me out of existence with literally no fucking health left. If Duke Fishron swims away and coughs once, he's dead. This fucking fish stubs his toe and he's dead. How in the fuck is he not dead right now? We summon him one last time with our final truffle worm and end up fucking him up quite well. We make plenty of jokes about fish sticks in order to lower his testosterone, and while pissing so hard that it blasts a hole through our desk during the third phase, we actually end up pulling through for yet another epic gamer dub. Thank the high heavens. Now that we have the cute Fishron mount, we can even further prepare for the Moon Lord. We start with our Rod of Dick Sword grind, which can be considered one of the most tedious parts of the game. After several years, one finally drops and we can finally move on to further preparation, such as clearing up any sky obstruction, such as our former asphalt runway, then making a house for our nurse so we could teleport and heal in case of emergencies. We grind the Wall of Flesh for another emblem, then Golem to get the components to make a destroyer emblem, somehow fucking die against Golem, get our loot, make our destroyer emblem, reforge. Then it's simply a race against time to see when the land decides to bless us with rain. After several more real-time, real-life years, Terraria remembers that it's supposed to rain sometime, so we get our shit together, get into epic Fortnite gamer mode, and summon up the Moon Lord. We buff up right before he spawns in and take off, attacking his hands immediately. We try and do as much damage as possible to the top eye whenever it opens, teleport through the phantasmal ass blaster whenever we can. Eventually, we take out its various eyeballs and go straight for its heart. If you would have asked me when I was young if I would see myself shooting the heart of a multi-eyeballed, all-dimensional calamari man squid with no legs for rent money, I would scream for my parents and ask who you were and why you were telling me this information. Eventually, despite all odds, we inch down the health of his heart and feel relief. Relief washes over us as we see the Moon Lord writhing in pain, being disintegrated from this reality, completing our playthrough. At long last, we can end this run and be at peace once more. But that's exactly what you'd expect to hear at this point, isn't it? You and I both know that the run is technically over, but there would be no peace for neither you, the beloved viewer, or me, the dark circle wielding content creator who sees nothing but Empress of Light comments in his comment section. You skipped Empress of Light, Waffle, you insolent little bitch. So to this, I retort to you all. All right. Fuck it. Okay, let me be excited, please. It's at this point that we have decided, fuck getting endgame gear. Let's just go in our almost endgame gear instead. We'll first be taking on the deer clops just to leave no loose ends, and also simply in the spirit of the constant seed playthrough. This absolutely has nothing to do with me forgetting to fight him in pre-hard mode. We wait around in a blizzard all goddamn night only to realize that we can summon him manually. So we grind out some bitch boy flinks and craft up a deer thing. We summon him up, and he is probably up there on the list of the scariest fucking things I have ever seen in my entire life. You can just tell he is not pleased about his current state of well-being. We mess with him for a little bit to make his state of well-being slightly worse, then crush his well-being by absolutely obliterating him. We get some funky-ass loot that we're never going to use and move on to what has been requested since I came out of the womb, the Empress of Light. We make a whole metric dick ton of our land hollow because we will, again, be on the Sigma male grind for a small creature that is rare and hard to find. We need this bad boy, the Prismatic Lacewing. This, as formerly mentioned, is a whole grind in itself. They only spawn in at certain times of night and are, unfortunately, rather rare. Under these conditions, we spend countless hours gathering a small amount of of butterflies, then fly over near our spawn to make our arena. We make it quite simple, with an asphalt runway at the bottom of our arena, some simple healing buffs laid out, as well as a single row of platforms well above our asphalt runway. Having that said, with emphasis on fighting for our fucking lives, we stock up on chlorophyte bullets in order to not worry about our aim and focus on dodging a giant ferocious butterfly lady who can grab us by the leg and smash us against the ground several hundred times. As you may be able to tell, I am in great fear of this battle. You all thought I accidentally missed the Empress of Light. No, I was purposefully avoiding the Empress of Light. We squish a stupid little butterfly who ate a glow stick and have to answer to its nightmare of a mother. The first phase goes quite decently to my surprise. It's all simply patterns that we have to remember and deal with as they happen. The problem that we run into is the second phase, where she goes from being slightly disgruntled about her pet butterfly being squished to summoning a torrential fucking downpour of sword beams and rave attacks. To my surprise, we actually get dangerously close to beating her on our first attempt, which makes us all the more upset about dying. Having all of that said, we're mad, but we are not, and I repeat, not stressing. Not yet. We make ourselves some small water pockets so that we can try out the cute Fishron mount in our next attempt. Perhaps the extra mobility and rapid boost to our speed will be a great aid in us being able to get her this time. This is going to be another tremendous and lifespan reducing trial, isn't it? What might be even more taxing on our lifespan is the goddamn butterfly collecting grind. The world is, again, full of surprises and it begins to rain. Perhaps we can employ the epic Moonlord strategy of running for our fucking lives as fast as we can on the Empress of Light. We summon her up and realize, wow, running for our lives as fast as fucking possible may be the solution to any problem we come across in Terraria, let alone in real life. Awkward social interaction? Run fast as fuck. IRS is at your door demanding 8 years worth of taxes? Run as fast as fucking possible. Problem solved. We dodge and run as fast as possible from all of our problems, which happens to be in the shape and form of the Empress's second phase. Soon enough, I am absolutely and entirely shocked to see that we have in fact domed the dummy mommy Ultima. You see, I collect the loot and ponder. Instead of being excited, I feel existential dread because as much as I would have loved for this battle to be the last, I just know in my cold, shriveled heart and non-existent soul that if I ended it here, the next battle would be in my comment section, with the various and colorful comments stating how much of a pussy I am for not defeating daytime Empress of Light. So it is here, where I'd like to present to you Waffle's homemade process of going through every single stage of grief against the daytime form of Empress of Light. On our first attempt, we get beamed out of existence, which should serve as no surprise. This begins the denial stage of our grieving. There's no way we could actually do this, is there? Is there a way to cheat this? Is that even possible? We promptly get another light beam energy sword lodged firmly into our colon, which is a smooth transition to the anger portion of our grieving process, which truly activates when she just moves into me. That fucking quick, that fast, I'm made of fucking paper and my bones are glass. Fuck! I cannot believe I just died to the touch of a woman. Thank God I never have to worry about that happening in real life. I simply cry and throw up and piss myself upon any interaction with the opposite gender. So I'd say we're safe to keep making videos on YouTube for the long haul. Being destroyed by the simple touch of a woman, yet again, marks our descent into the third phase, which is bargaining. Come on, guys, right? I already beat Empress of Light already. You know, it's no different in daytime, right, guys? Okay, what if I made a new Minecraft SMP that fails after 4 episodes again? Right, guys? Please? We die many, and I mean many more times, before descending even further beyond bargaining and deep dive into the depression aspect of it all. How am I feeling? 1 to 10? Numb. I can't feel a thing, and you know what? That's okay. We all know that the saddest people come the hardest. And brother, we can nut through 12 feet of solid steel if we saw it fit. What's the point? Why are we doing this? Is this forever? Is this forever for the rest of my life, for all of eternity? Last but not least, this leads us into our final touch. Acceptance. You know, okay, that one was my fault. We're doing it. We're doing it! This makes me feel like I pay 30% of my income every year to not go to prison. Oh, wait, we all already fucking do. I'll be better. I'll pay half of my income next year to avoid being stabbed to death. Holy fucking shit! How many fucking times we handled our stages of grief in a strange fashion during all of this, because all of it was sprinkled with imminent rage and crushing malice, making for a very enticing dynamic and spectrum of emotions I've never felt before, which will surely be very difficult to repress in my later years. Just when I'm feeling really bad for my future family, children, and even family dog, we see that we're getting very close to defeating her. We learn from our prior mistakes, trial by error style, remembering the literal dozens of times we have died from the exact same fucking projectile over and over again, and successfully do some dodging. Bad idea, WaffleTime. Do not get excited or get your hopes up for anything. You have learned this lesson many times before. Suddenly, out of the clear blue, all of our conflicting internal ideals come to a screeching halt, and we are met with the pride and joy of thousands of comments in our comment section no longer being valid. We fucking did it! We collect our loot, which includes a Terra Prisma that we will literally never fucking use because we're rangers. Excellent. We are complete internally. We have reached Zen peace. It has been done. The true final boss of Terraria has been completed. We have won, and boy does it feel amazing. If there's one thing that I took away from this seed, it's that I am eternally, emotionally, and mentally thankful for not having to constantly eat and drink in order to survive in our average run-of-the-mill Terraria experience. I am also thankful that this dim overlay is not permanent. Life is good. Life is very, very good. Having all that said and done, however, this video took a very, very long time to make. So if you would like to show some love and show that you enjoyed the content, be sure to drop a like and subscribe for more content like this, as well as comment down in the comment section below to show some extra support. I always absolutely love hearing from you guys, so let me know what you guys thought down in the comment section. Also, if you haven't already, follow the Instagram and join the Discord. Both of those links are down in the description for your convenience and are great for having a good chat anytime, as well as being up to date on future uploads, streams, and hypersexual epic gaming encounters in the form of having to fish in your Terraria world constantly. So definitely join that Discord and follow that Instagram. Links are down in the description. Thank you all so much again for tuning in and staying this long, and I will see all of you little rascals in the next video. WaffleTime out.